Have you ever felt a cold shiver run down your spine when you're alone in the dark? It's a sensation that can grip you unexpectedly, making your heart race and your breath quicken. It's a primal fear, the feeling that something unseen is watching you. This fear is deeply rooted in our psyche, a remnant of ancient times when unseen predators lurked in the shadows. Now imagine that feeling amplified 1,000-fold, clinging to the very walls of a home. A place where every creak and groan of the floorboards sends chills down your spine. There are places in this world where tragedy lingers, where the air feels heavy with sorrow and despair, where the echoes of violence and despair seep into the foundation, staining the very soul of a house. These places are more than just buildings. They are repositories of dark memories. These are not just houses. They are haunted mansions. Structures that stand as silent witnesses to the horrors that unfolded within their walls. These places exist on the fringes of our reality, a chilling testament to the darkness that can plague our world. They are reminders of the thin veil that separates the living from the dead. But what if I told you that the scariest stories aren't just whispered around campfires? What if the true terror lies in the history etched into the very fabric of these haunted places? What if the most terrifying tales are etched into the history of places like the Villisca Axe murder house? A place where the past refuses to rest, and the echoes of its dark history continue to haunt the present. Haunted mansions hold a unique place in our collective imagination. The creaking floorboards, the musty air thick with the scent of decay, the spectral figures glimpsed in dusty mirrors. These are the tropes of countless horror films and ghost stories. They tap into our deepest fears, reminding us that some doors are best left unopened, some secrets better left buried. But the Villisca Axe murder house is more than just a collection of spooky tropes. It's a place where history and horror collide, where the line between fact and fiction blurs. It's a place where the weight of unspeakable acts hangs heavy in the air, and the question of what truly happened on that fateful night in 1912 remains unanswered. Some people scoff at the idea of haunted houses, dismissing them as the product of overactive imaginations or clever marketing ploys. They cling to the logical, the explainable, refusing to believe in anything that can't be quantified or scientifically proven. But what about the countless first-hand accounts of unexplained phenomena? The cold spots, the disembodied voices, the feeling of being touched by unseen hands, these are not easily dismissed. The Villisca Axe murder house has drawn skeptics and believers alike, each hoping to find answers within its blood-stained walls. But regardless of your stance on the paranormal, one thing is undeniable. The events that unfolded in that house on June 10, 1912 were nothing short of horrific. The small town of Villisca, Iowa, was a picture of idyllic Americana at the turn of the 20th century. Nestled in the heartland of the United States, it was a place where everyone felt safe and secure, a community bound by trust and familiarity. Neighbors knew each other by name, children played freely in the streets, and the pace of life was slow and deliberate. It was a time when doors were left unlocked, and the biggest worry was the weather forecast for the next harvest. But this tranquility was shattered on a hot summer night, when an unspeakable act of violence shook the community to its core. The peaceful facade of Villisca was forever marred by a crime so brutal, it would haunt the town for generations. The entire Moore family, along with 2 young guests, were brutally murdered in their beds, their skulls caved in by an axe. The Moores were well known and well liked, making the crime even more shocking and incomprehensible. The crime scene was gruesome, the details too horrific to recount in full. Blood stained the walls and floors, and the sheer savagery of the act left even the most hardened investigators reeling. The killer, shrouded in the darkness of night, had meticulously covered the windows and mirrors before carrying out their grisly work. This calculated act suggested a chilling level of premeditation and an intimate knowledge of the household. Despite a thorough investigation and numerous suspects, the case went cold, leaving a gaping wound in the heart of the community and an eerie silence hanging over the house on the hill. the once vibrant home became a symbol of fear and sorrow, a grim reminder of the night when Villisca's innocence was lost forever. Section 5. Echoes in the Darkness. The Villisca Axe murder house quickly gained a reputation as one of the most haunted locations in America. Its dark history began on a fateful night in 1912, when 8 people were brutally murdered within its walls. The crime remains unsolved to this day, adding to the house's eerie mystique. Stories began to circulate of strange noises emanating from the house at night. The faint sound of children's laughter, disembodied whispers, and footsteps echoing through the empty halls. Neighbors reported seeing shadowy figures moving past the windows, even when the house was supposed to be empty, and the chilling thud of an axe striking wood. These sounds would often occur at the same time each night, as if replaying the horrific events over and over again. Psychics claimed to have made contact with the spirits of the murdered victims, describing their voices as filled with anguish and despair. They recounted vivid visions of the night of the murders, feeling the terror and pain of the victims. Their voices filled with anguish and despair, the spirits seemed to be trapped in a loop of their final moments, unable to find peace. Paranormal investigators flocked to the house, eager to document evidence of the supernatural. They set up cameras, audio recorders, and various other devices in hopes of capturing proof of the hauntings. EVP recordings captured unexplained voices, often whispering names or phrases that seemed to relate to the murders. These recordings sent chills down the spines of even the most seasoned investigators. Electromagnetic field detectors spiked erratically, indicating the presence of unseen forces. These spikes often coincided with cold spots and sudden drops in temperature, further suggesting paranormal activity, and cameras captured fleeting shadows and apparitions. These ghostly images would appear for just a moment, leaving viewers questioning what they had seen. The house seemed to be alive with the energy of the tragic events that had transpired within its walls, a grim reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most peaceful communities. The very air inside felt heavy with sorrow and fear. A grim reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most peaceful communities. The Villisca Axe murder house stands as a testament to the enduring power of tragedy and the mysteries that continue to haunt us. Section 6. A Twist in the Shadows. While the murders at the Villisca Axe murder house are undeniably horrific, it's the unsolved nature of the crime that adds a chilling layer to the story. The killer was never brought to justice, leaving a void of closure and a lingering sense of unease. But what if the horror of this story goes beyond the realm of ghosts and hauntings? What if the true terror lies in the realization that the capacity for such evil exists within the human heart, often hidden in plain sight? The Villisca Axe murder house is not just about the ghosts of the past, but also about the darkness that can reside within seemingly ordinary individuals. Section 7. Redefining Horror. The Villisca Axe murder house stands as a chilling reminder that the most terrifying monsters are often not the stuff of fiction, but flesh and blood individuals capable of unspeakable acts. It's a place where the veil between the living and the dead seems thin, where the echoes of tragedy linger in the air, and where the question of what truly happened on that fateful night continues to haunt us. This isn't just a haunted house. It's a stark portrayal of human cruelty, a testament to the enduring power of fear, and a chilling reminder that some mysteries may never be solved. Section 8. Join the conversation. What do you think lurks within the walls of the Villisca Axe murder house? Share your thoughts, theories, and any chilling stories you've heard about this infamous location. And if you're brave enough, consider a visit to the house yourself. But be warned, you may not be alone. Stay tuned for more explorations into the darkest corners of our world. The truth is out there, and sometimes it's more terrifying than we could ever imagine.